we're all ready. So let's go in to know and project what makes you excited. So remember, step number one was what makes you excited. So, like I was saying, as we get in our career, we have a lot of experience. We've done a lot, right? And every few years, you need to kind of check in on yourself and figure out how you're wired now. What has changed? What has grown? So that you can be more present for yourself. And that is sort of like what we talk about, this excitement piece, okay? And people go, what brings me excitement? Yes. What brings you joy? What excites you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What are those things and how are they showing up in your life right now? So when you understand, like, and I say bringing excitement to your stage, very powerful for us to go and reclaim that part of ourselves. A lot of people lose sight of it, but if you were to sit down and really define what are the 5 things that just excite you, like really uniquely excite you about you, and really look at those and then do the why on them. You'd be amazed what you find out and also how it makes you feel. The one thing about understanding what excites you, it's sort of the building blocks for you. You start to see a little bit of yourself that you kind of forgot about, or you may have compartmentalized it. Like, oh, when I'm not at work, I do this over here, but nobody at work knows this about me, or I don't bring that kind of energy to work. Well, no, we don't want to do that. It's that kind of energy is what draws people to you. It is your building blocks. It also is your energizing factors. I mean, I'm a singer actor, and interesting thing, when I was at the agency, there were times when I would like be so excited about the show I was in. Not that I was talking about the show, but because I had the energy of the show I was in, I would just come into the office with this kind of energy that was the energy that people get from me, whether I'm in a show or I might be at an event or something. And I am telling you, it was infectious to watch people in the office just sort of like, what? I want a bit of that energy. What's going on? I kind of changed the energy in the room because I was bringing in my energy, the energy that excited me, whatever that is. And I'm not talking about jumping up and down. It's truly how we show up. And then again, it's your unique mix. When you figure it out, nobody else will have the same 5 as you. And you kind of get excited about it. It also helps you in your career to also know what are the 5 things that is a must-have for you in your career. In your career. Have you ever thought about that? Because here's the thing. I tell people, when you figure these 5 things out, and then you look at maybe where you are right now, and you realize none of these are showing up. I'm not expressing this anywhere. It's not anywhere. You start to realize maybe this is why I might be in transition, or maybe why I'm looking for a change, or maybe why I really haven't been present. It's because I haven't. I'm not surrounded by the things that excite me. Getting this kind of knowledge for yourself right away steps you down a road of career transformation and stage presence transformation that most people will never have because they don't have that awareness. So here's the thing. People will say, so how do I figure that out, Erin? What do you mean? What excites me? How do I do that? And so I say, you want to know and project what makes you excited. So the first thing is I would ask, what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Have you thought about it? Have you even spent time with it? What drives you? What do you believe in? Just those 3 things. And I have many clients that even this has taken them time because they haven't taken the time in their career to figure this out, to realize how special they really are, because they just don't look at themselves in a unique way. And this is a game changer to watch somebody define, like, well, I'm passionate about X, and suddenly they realize, wow, and I didn't even realize it. Oh my God. And they're not doing it right now. And as soon as they start incorporating it, suddenly things are changing. in their career. It's amazing to watch happen. It's just a very simple step, and yet we don't ever spend time doing it. And then I want to tell you about my client, Eleni. Eleni's a perfect example of that. So she came to me. She's, a senior executive in the federal government right there in DC. And she came to me because she's at the point of, she's a senior exec. She's ready to like move up to that next level. And she was being judged. There was a lot of judgment about her leadership. She had this old brand. The old brand for her was that she was difficult to work with. It was her way or the highway, and she never made anybody feel comfortable. Like, this was the old brand. And yet if you were to meet her, you'd be like, where's that coming from? Because she's not that way at all. But it was this old paradigm, the old brand that came from 12 years ago when she first started. But here she is as a senior leader, and she thinks that followed her. And so we ended up doing some deep work, and we did this exercise. And what was fascinating is, as she did this, she realized that one of the things that really stood out for her, one of her 5 things, is that she loves to travel. And the main reason she loves to travel is because she immerses herself into the culture. She loves to live amongst the people and learn their culture and learn how they live day to day and be part of it. And she just loves it. She could just spend her time immersing herself in these cultures. And when she started to realize how powerful this one was for her, she realized, oh, but I do that at work. Like, my team is this a really eclectic mix of people, and I always celebrate everything they do. And I just love learning about their families and where they came from. And she just couldn't go on. And she didn't realize that she was stuck in the old brand. But if you were to decipher where she was now, the team here, the current team, did not view her that way. They viewed her as this just wonderfully supportive and powerful leader that was guiding them and really enjoyed them, loved them, was interested in them. She thought it was the opposite, but she didn't realize until she was able to claim these things that excited her, and she really honed in on that one, that she started to change at work. She started to, like, that old brand that she had started to just dissipate. She stopped not believing it anymore, because she realized, no, this is who I am. This is who I bring to work. This is who they get. And this was just one little part of her journey with me, but just that little thing. And she was just so proud. She was so proud of, like, yeah, I just love that. I love traveling and I love culture. And to watch her go from being straight face to just beaming just by that one aha, like, it was a game changer for her. And that was just one little part. So let's go back to this. Like, when you think about right now, if you were to think, what's one thing that excites you? Like, think about, what is one thing that you're passionate about, excited? Give me 1 or 2 words in the chat. I'm curious to know. If I was to ask you right now, what would you say?